It's Mr. McFarland. Today we are going to make a table and a graph comparing flights to our city. This is really important because different dates can result in very different prices. So for example here, I've chosen 3 different dates to look at flights on. One is during spring break, April 6th. One is during summer break, August 4th. And one is during winter break, December 22nd. You'll notice that the one in April is almost $1,000 cheaper because not as many people have spring break as they do some sort of vacation in the summer or during the holidays. So let's take a look at how to make a data table like this. I'm going to be using Excel. This is the installed version of Excel, not the Office 365 one. I would highly recommend this installed one. It just has more features and runs better. Alright, the very first thing we're going to do here is save our file. We don't want it to get lost anywhere. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Save As. And I'm going to click on this one here that says OneDrive Riverview School District. You want to make sure that it says Riverview School District so that it is linked to your account. Going to click on that. You can put it in a different folder if you have an organization system in there. I am going to call this Flights Table and Graph McFarland. You replace McFarland with your name. And I'll press Save. Okay, let's start with the titles across the top. First, I'll type airline. Then in the next box, I will type flight there departs. And it's not going to fit just in that box, so I need to make the box bigger, or the whole column bigger. I'm going to move up in between B and C. I'm going to click and drag until it fits my text. Make sure that you do this. Do not leave blank columns in between your headings. It will make things look bad and graphs will not turn out right. Alright, continuing along. Our next one is going to be trip time, followed by airline, flight back, departs, another, oh, hold on, I almost did a bad thing here. This one doesn't fit in the box. I need to move my cursor between E and F to make that column wider. Continuing on. I need trip time next. And for my final column, check yourself. Are you in column G? You should be. This is going to be total cost. And that one looks like it's a tight fit. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger here. Alright, so I've got some nice colors and lines. Let's put those in. I'm going to click in the center of box A1 here, and I'm going to drag over to C1, so I have these 3 selected. On the home menu, I can then go to the little paint bucket and click the arrow next to it, and I'll choose a color. I'll use blue. I'm going to do the same thing for the next 3, D1, E1, and F1. Let's make those kind of an orange. And then I'll do that one more time for the total cost. This time I'll make it a green. I'd like these titles to kind of be centered in their boxes, so I'm going to click and drag to highlight all of them. And then I'll press the center button here. Now I've got these nice dark lines on here. I'd like to add those as well. So I will click and drag to select these first three. I'll go up to where it says borders here, and I'll click the little arrow next to it and do thick outside border. I'll do that again, select these, click the arrow, thick outside borders, and one more time for total cost, borders, thick outside border. Okay, so I've got a table set up. I'm ready to put data into it. I'm going to head back over to OneNote, and I'm going to scroll up to where it says Google Flights. All right, I want this to be a round-trip flight. I'd like to come back home. I'm going to search for one passenger for this project, and I'm going to keep it on economy. We've got a budget here that we've got to stick to. We're going to be leaving from Seattle. That's our nearest airport. And from my city, I'm going to type in Tokyo. There's a few airports in Tokyo. You'll find some really big cities have more than one airport. I'm just going to click the one that says all airports. And the first date that I'm going to try is going to be one during Christmas break here. So maybe I want to leave on the 23rd. And for my 1 week stay, I'm going to come back on the 30th. I'll press done. All right, I have some flights here that have come up. You can look at the times here, how long the flight's going to take, if there's any stops along the way, and how much it costs. Let's see, I think I like this one. Usually the best option is the top one in most cases. The airline here is Delta. So I'm going to go to my table here, and for the airline, I'm going to type Delta. Next question is when it departs. Okay, well, I gotta put the date here. The date for this one, remember, is Sunday, December 23rd. So I'll type Sunday, comma, December 23rd, comma, and it leaves at 11:31 a.m. I kind of like that. I don't have to wake up super early in the morning to go on this flight. My trip time here is going to be 11 hours and 9 minutes. 11H space 9M. And that's all the information that I need for that one. I'm going to pick that flight by clicking on it. And now it asks me, hey, what do you want your returning flight to be? The first one also looks like a good choice. It's cheap compared to the other ones, and it's only 9 hours, whereas some of these other ones are maybe 12 hours or 18 hours. This one again is Delta. I'll put Delta as my airline. My flight back departs on, I chose Sunday, December 30th. So I'm going to start with Sunday, comma, December 30th, comma, and this one leaves at 5:20 in the afternoon. Good, I don't have to wake up early for this one either. My trip time this time is going to be 9 hours and 16 minutes, a bit shorter than my trip there. And finally, my total cost is right here, $2,001. So I'll type that, 2001. All right, you're going to want to find 2 other flights now and do the same thing. Make sure that they're at different times of the year. Don't choose one in December. Try one during spring break, during summer break. Find out when the best time to go is, or at least the cheapest time. It'll help you make a more informed decision.